And you and Mr. Wade, I think you described your relationship in a lot of details earlier about specific circumstances. But you were business partners in, let's say, up till the time you left in summer 2022, correct?
That is correct.
You were business partners up until that time?
Yes, I said yes, that is correct.
Okay. And while you didn't socialize together frequently, you considered yourself a friend of Mr. Wade at that time?
Yes, we were friends at that time, yes.
All right. You are no longer business partners.
That is correct.
You are no longer friends.
I mean, if he's saying that we're not friends, then
I
yeah.
want to know what you think, Mr. Bradley. Do you consider yourself a friend of Mr. Wade?
I would consider.
It goes to potential bias. Ms. Cross.
Would I consider myself a friend of Mr. Wade?
Mm-hmm.
I would.
You were asked questions, Mr. Bradley, about the circumstances under which you left the firm. Do you recall those questions?
I do.
All right. And you left the firm. The firm remained the same as far as other employees, Mr. Wade, Mr. Campbell, as the named partners of the firm. You were the one who left, correct?
That is correct.
And you termed it as a disagreement. You recall answering questions as though you left due to a disagreement. Yes?
Yes.
And that disagreement was that there was an allegation of sexual assault by an employee made against you, correct?
That is incorrect.
There was not an allegation that you sexually assaulted one of the employees in the firm.
That is incorrect, but yes. Yes.
Yes, there was an allegation that you sexually assaulted a member of the firm, correct?
Yes, there was an allegation, yes.
And as a result of that allegation, you left.
I did.
And you were no longer business partners with Mr. Wade.
That is correct.
The firm remained intact, and in fact, the employee involved remained with the firm, correct?
I'm not certain of that. They did leave the building, of course, and I don't know. Some of the employees did leave.
Mr. Bradley, you in fact paid that employee $20,000, correct?
That is incorrect as far as what was. No.
On or about the time that you left the firm, and on or about the time that the allegation of sexual assault was made against you, did you pay the person who had made the allegation of sexual assault any amount of money?
There was money left in an escrow that belonged to me. I don't know what that amount was.
And did that money that was left in the escrow that belonged to you, was that paid to the employee who said that you sexually assaulted her?
I never signed any, I never gave any money. I left the money in the escrow account. What happened to that money? I don't know what happened to it.
For what purpose did you leave the money in the escrow account when you left the firm?
I left the money in the escrow account.
For what purpose, sir?
There was no purpose.
You just left the money in the escrow account?
Yes.
If there's no connection to the money you left in the escrow account and the allegations of sexual assault that an employee of your firm made against you, why was it that you brought to my attention, or why did you respond the way you did about money in an escrow account when my question was, did you pay this employee any money?
I didn't hand any money. It was money from my escrow account, to my knowledge.
To your knowledge, where did the money in the escrow account go?
To the employee.
To that employee.
All right, Monique. So that was Nathan Wade's former divorce attorney and law partner, Terrace Bradley. What do you make of his testimony? It took him a little while to get to this whole sexual assault issue, but how do you think all of that actually affected this particular hearing?
The hearing, net zero. I mean, I don't don't, I got to be honest with you. That was perplexing to me in many ways. I saw it coming. I've been going back and forth as I've been watching with other lawyers and a lawyer who's also doing TV tonight after the first part where we had this former partner, former lawyer of Special Prosecutor Wade, when we find out he's been sending these text messages back and forth to Ms. Merchant, the opposing counsel, that he has been discussing personal and professional business of his former partner and former client with this woman and reviewing motions and discussing ways that she could get affidavits. I mean, this is what we're hearing. He's not answering because he can't answer because his former client, Mr. Wade, holds the privilege. And so Mr. Wade's lawyer is in there objecting. And so he can't answer one way or the other. And so he's looking squirmish, he's looking skittish, but one of my colleagues said, well, at least now we know why he fought so hard to testify, these text messages. And I'm like, no, we don't know yet. We don't know, because the answer that he didn't want to give was very obvious when one of the people said to him, why did you leave? You left because there were accusations. And he said, no. And he said, and the lawyer said, I'm not saying to you whether you were accusing Wade or Wade was accusing you or who was accusing whom. And he said, we left because of a disagreement and I left because I wanted to go out on my own. Now that was a lie. So now we've got this young man, attorney, who has put his bar license and his liberty in the crosshairs of a judge while he is under oath, when the other side is the freaking prosecutors. I don't at all understand how, especially as a lawyer, knowing for himself, even if nobody else knew, even if he didn't know, Bonnie Willis knows about this, Wade knows about this. That means that whole side of the aisle that I'm going in to testify about, they all know about this. These other folks over here, they probably know about it. I don't understand how he didn't have a lawyer for himself as he was testifying today. Why there wasn't an evidentiary hearing beforehand in which his lawyer was moving to preclude from evidence this very damaging facts of these allegations, whether true or not true, that they shouldn't have been able to bring it up, not even for the purposes of impeachment. All of this should have gotten ferreted out beforehand because he walked and talked himself. Pardon?
Yeah, this is really off the path that we're actually originally supposed to be on when we are talking about why he was let go at a law firm that you said was privileged information anyway. How are we even there?
No, I don't know that it was privileged, and I don't believe that it was off the beaten path. I think when you sit your behind in a witness chair and you are a black man in America and you have had allegations of sexual misconduct against you, you better believe that these white folks don't find the path. And that is exactly what happened. So anytime you were in that position, you try not to get in the chair, but if you are going to get in the chair, you're going to get in the chair with somebody there protecting you. You're going to get in the chair knowing that all of this has been decided and that you either will or will not have to testify about it. And if it was privilege, if that was the story he was going with, then he should have stuck to that damn story. I'm sorry, I'm cussing, but I was lost.
No, I understand. Listen. A lot of people have been hot over this, especially those who actually sat down during this hearing.
A new year for a new you. Curl Prep Natural Hair Solutions at curlprep.com is an amazing organic line for curls, locks, braids, twists, and even those wigs and extensions. Women, men, and children are loving this line. Look at this video and you be the judge. People line up to see this product in action at hair shows, and when they take a seat and try it, they don't believe it's their hair. Buy the products at curlprep.com. It works on all hair types. Use code Roland, that's ROLAND, lowercase letters, to get a 15% discount. Parents, remove the ouch. You will love this system because you can comb the product through your child's hair with your fingers. Seasoned saints are loving the product. It's all at curlprep.com. Use code Roland, lowercase letters, to get a 15% discount. You won't believe it's your hair.
Give me that bass, give me that beat. Hit on your tongue, I can feel an explosion. I'll take another if we keep it going. Open it up, give a toast to the moment.